Category Pirates presents Part 2 of How to Become a Top 444 Author, Engineering a Best-Selling Business Book. Written by Eddie Yoon, Christopher Lochhead, and Katrina Kirsch. Read by Eddie Yoon's AI. We published Part 1 of our breakthrough study of the best-selling business books from the past 20 years. However, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Chapter 1. The first 3 steps of writing a best-selling business book. Let's recap what we've discussed so far. Step 1, choose your starting category. Before you even begin writing your book or scaling an idea of any kind, you first need to decide which of the 7 best-selling, most scalable categories you are going to play in and why. These categories are personal development, personal finance, insights or thinking, leadership, case study or allegory, functional excellence, and relationships. Step 2, idea-centric or author-centric. Be honest with yourself. First question, are you a celebrity? Are you at the absolute height of your industry, and would everyone inside that industry be able to recognize you on the street? For instance, Michelle Obama's book, Becoming, is a memoir that has sold over 14 million copies. And by the time it came out, she was one of the highest profile people in the world. And as a couple, the Obamas were the most admired couple in the world. Are you at that level? Or are you a no-name writer, entrepreneur, or industry thought leader? Be radically honest with yourself. If you are that famous, it might be okay to write an author-centric book that leans on your personal experience and social standing. But if not, then you would be better off writing an idea-centric book instead. Next question. Would you care if someone else stole your idea, or if they built upon your idea and added their own twist, or took your idea and ran with it in a different direction? This gets at the heart of whether you are a missionary or a mercenary. Everyone cares a little bit, but if you really care, like you would be furious to see someone else building on your work, then you lean more author-centric. You need to be the star of the show. However, if you are ultimately glad people were helped and you see other people building on your work as a net positive for the world, then you are likely more idea-centric. You just care that the information helps people. Whether you get all the credit isn't as important as the mission you are on. If the book you want to write is idea-centric, the categories best suited to scale your idea are personal development, insights or thinking, case study or allegory, and relationships. If the book you want to write is author-centric, the categories best suited to scale your idea are personal finance, leadership, and functional excellence. It's worth remembering that idea-centric books are typically more scalable than author-centric books, because when you write an author-centric book, your pool of prospective readers is limited to the number of people who know who you are. Whereas anyone can write an interesting idea-centric book, and if the idea is compelling, new, and different, that idea can take on a life of its own, and oftentimes outgrow the author. For example, nobody knew who James Clear was when he wrote Atomic Habits. That is an idea-centric book that did not require the author's credibility in order to resonate with readers. So even if you want to write an author-centric book, consider how you might be able to give the spotlight to the idea itself. Step 3, ascend to a superior category. How scalable do you want your book to be? To increase your total addressable market of readers, think about how you can ascend up these 7 best-selling categories to maximize your impact and financial upside. If you are writing a personal finance book, can you make the category bigger and write it as an insights or thinking book geared toward a financial audience? Or, even better, can you make it a personal development book about how money habits can unlock more universal, desirable life outcomes such as happiness, freedom, status, mental calm, emotional acceptance, etc.? If you are writing a relationships book, can you make the category bigger and conduct your own survey or clinical study so the book presents new and different insights or thinking? Or even better, can you give unique, actionable personal development takeaways for the reader? If you are writing a leadership book, can you make it a science of leadership book so it becomes about new insights or thinking? Or even better, can you combine your new leadership science with different actionable takeaways for the reader? So by the time they finish reading, they will have the necessary skills to be a legendary leader too. If you are writing a book full of case studies or allegories, can you minimize the timely aspects of these case studies and instead focus on the insights or thinking that will stand the test of time? Even better, can you help the reader implement this timeless wisdom in their own lives? In other words, personal development. If you are writing a functional excellence book, Can you minimize the timely how-to advice and examples that will only be relevant for a few years? And can you instead focus on the underlying principles of success that will remain relevant for a much longer time horizon? Again, all roads lead back to insights or thinking and personal development. In order to increase your chances of writing a bestseller and presenting an idea that scales to millions of readers, you must either present new and different ways of seeing the world, or give the reader clear and actionable steps they can take to succeed in the world. The magic combination is to do both at the same time.